Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown, the contentious patriarch of TLC's Sister Wives, has long projected an image of equal dedication and spiritual balance among his many wives. However, as the seasons progressed and the fractures in his previously unified family became more apparent, spectators began to notice a new truth emerge. Over the years, particularly after Christine Brown's emotional exodus, Janelle Brown's heartbreaking separation, and the gradual unraveling of his relationship with Mary Brown, it has become increasingly clear that Robyn Brown is more than just his last wife standing, she is the one in control. And now, in a series of jaw-dropping interviews, behind-the-scenes moments, and subtle but major admissions, Kody has verified what fans have thought for years: Robyn has emotional and spiritual influence over him. Even if he could leave the show, the drama, the failed marriages, and the unending instability at Kody Pass, he cannot and will not abandon Robyn. This revelation, while stunning to some, is only the final nail in a coffin that has been carefully fashioned over the last decade, as Kody's feelings for Robyn became stronger and his relationships with his other wives weakened. Kody's internal conflict has manifested itself as a slow-burning tragedy through confessionals, body language, and off-the-cuff statements. He had prided himself on being the glue that brought his diverse family together, but Robyn, with her tearful explanations, theatrical emotions, and subtle influence over his decisions, has emerged as the true driving force behind his every move. Fans remarked that Robyn always seemed to get the best of everything: the legal marriage, the newest house, and the most of Kody's attention. What was once considered favoritism is now commonly recognized as control. In a Season 20 teaser trailer, Kody admits that he and Robyn are not the same. "It's not simply that she's my wife, she understands me. I do not want to disappoint her. I've tried to lead with fairness, but I don't want to abandon Robyn. I couldn't, no matter how much I wanted to." That moment struck shockwaves through the Sister Wives community, not because it was completely unexpected, but because it was the first time Kody publicly acknowledged Robyn's important role in his life. For years, he swore he wasn't picking favorites. For years, he gaslighted the audience and his wives with meaningless declarations of love and fairness. But now, he's effectively confirming what Christine and Janelle stated years ago: Robyn was always the one. She was always at the center of his emotional world. His relationships with the other women were simply satellites that disintegrated upon re-entry. Digging further into their connection, one can observe how Robyn's influence grew from subtle to overt. At first, she was the new, fresh-faced wife who simply wanted to be part of the family. However, she swiftly became the legal wife, the only one with genuine, documented ties to Kody. She moved into a brand new home while the others stayed in rentals or RVs. She was the one who cried on television, eliciting compassion while portraying the victim. She was also the one who frequently drew Kody aside for private chats that were never broadcast, conversations that changed Kody's entire mindset. Her tears appeared to have more force than any conversation the other women could have. And Kody's decisions, about the family, the acreage at Kody Pass, and seeing his children, frequently coincided with Robyn's choices. Over time, his interactions with his other spouses became cold, dismissive, or hostile, whereas his chats with Robyn were compassionate, patient, and emotionally committed. Janelle confronted Kody about his absence, and he accused her of disloyalty. When Christine expressed her displeasure, he accused her of ruining the family culture. But as Robyn wept, Kody hurried to comfort her. When she protested about being unfairly evaluated by the other wives, he supported her. Each time, this discrepancy was not missed. Viewers began referring to Robyn as the favorite wife, and not without cause. But, given Kody's recent confession, it's evident that she's more than just the favorite, she's the only one who matters. His emotional attachment to her is complete. He is not only in love with her, but also bound to her. Kody has submitted himself to Robyn's circle, renouncing multiple marriage principles along the way, whether out of remorse, fear of abandonment, or a desperate desire for someone to make him feel needed and validated. The irony is tragic. Robyn was meant to be the one to save the family. Her entrance was first portrayed as a fresh start, bringing new energy, compassion, and harmony to the Brown home. Instead, she became the wedge that shattered everything. Nonetheless, Kody cannot fathom a life beyond herself. Even as his other relationships go apart, he regards her as an emotional safe haven. "She's loyal," he recently stated. "She's the only one who never gave up on me." However, Kody fails to recognize, or perhaps chooses to ignore, the fact that his former spouses did not just abandon him. They were driven away one by one as they witnessed him emotionally disengage, refuse accountability, and increasingly devote all of his time, affection, and energy to Robyn. Christine thought, Kody no longer wants a plural marriage. He wants Robyn. He simply won't say it. But he finally has. His statement that he couldn't leave Robyn even if he wanted to is more than a personal confession. It is an acknowledgement that the entire foundation of his once famous poly family was a lie by the end. The guy who taught about celestial marriage, eternal unions, and mutual sacrifice was actually a husband in a monogamous relationship, emotionally bound to one woman. What makes Kody's statement even more explosive is the setting in which it was delivered. It was not out of rage or irritation, but rather from a place of clarity and even vulnerability. For the first time, Kody appeared troubled, as if he realized the cost of his decisions, the broken relationships with his children, the pain of his ex-wives, and the animosity that now defines the once loving Brown clan. Nonetheless, when the chips are down, he will not, and possibly cannot, leave Robyn. "She's my safe place," he added, his voice filled with emotion. "And I know people despise that. But it's true." Those statements say volumes, not only about Kody's thinking, but also about how dramatically the dynamics have changed. Previously, his safe place was the entire family. He thrived on the idea that his wives and children looked up to him. But, as those pillars crumbled and his other spouses sought new lives without him, Robyn remained. Not because the marriage was flourishing in the usual sense, but because she gave him something no one else did, steadfast loyalty. That devotion, however, has a cost. Robyn, deliberately or unknowingly, has formed an emotional cocoon around Kody. She fuels his story, soothes his ego, and promotes his sense of victimhood. And in return, he has given her everything. Complete access to him. Legal security. A monopoly on his time. And now, his passionate revelation that she is the one he can't leave, even though everything else has burned down. It's a tortuous love story riddled with deception, dependency, and decades of emotional scars. While some fans remain hopeful that Kody will seek forgiveness or clarity, the reality may be simpler, and worse. He does not wish to be saved from this situation. Robyn is the last woman remaining because she positioned herself in that manner, and Kody needed someone to proclaim as the victor of a battle that no one else wanted to fight. Christine, Janelle, and Mary walked away not because they were weak, but because they were strong enough to leave a man who had already emotionally abandoned them. Kody holds on to Robyn not because she is flawless, but because she is all he has left. And now that he's revealed it, the illusion is broken. The plural marriage has died. The idea of equality has vanished.